All right, man. Welcome back to the green room. How everybody doing, man? You doing all right?
I'm chilling.
Mental health good?
I'm tired.
That's a big thing nowadays, bro. Mental health. You gotta make sure. You know what I'm saying?
It's a huge thing.
Yeah.
So you good, bro?
Yeah,
your
I'm
head
good,
your
man,
head straight?
because I have boundaries now. I don't let people stress me out. You're not gonna stress me out.
Invade your
I'm
mental
good.
space.
Yeah.
That's very important, yeah.
Facts. You good down there, bro? Everything good?
I'm great.
Word.
Honestly, the best I've been in a while.
Facts. That's what's up, man. And I good. Even when I ain't good, I good. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. This is how I gotta be sometimes, you know? Like that shit out. But we back, man. Had to change a few things up, keep this shit going, you know what I'm saying? But we back. The green room, we still in effect. So, getting straight to it, man. Wake and bake. One of the things that have been all over the news nowadays is Demar Hamlin. That's his name, right? Demar Hamlin?
No, it's Hamlin. I think it is
Hamlin.
Yeah.
So, the man's had a heart attack on the field, man. They say, bro, die on the field, literally. They say they had to resuscitate, bro.
I heard.
CPR on, bro, for like 8 minutes
I didn't watch the video, but
after a tackle. I seen that shit. You seen that shit?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, no, you don't watch football.
No, I didn't see it. I want to say I saw a couple of videos about it, but I'm not into sports, so I just kept scrolling.
Bro, you gotta watch football, bro. Nah, just playing. But one of the things I seen as a reaction to that is a lot of parents like, oh, fuck that. My kids ain't never playing football. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Overreaction? What do you think? That's serious, bro. Like, this is something we ain't never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like, heart attack on the field, like, all that shit or whatever.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's good and bad with everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't get in one car accident and say, I'm never going to drive again. I ain't going to let my kids drive. Like,
Right.
it's just a part of it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you can do is condition, treat your body right, respect the game. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And just, run its course. You know what I'm saying?
And I also think that, because I'm gonna tell you what I did see,
They're coming up a profession
and
though,
I think that it's just gonna be a matter of holding, the people who are over the game accountable. Because I'll tell you one thing I did see. I don't know what the players or who they are, or what their names are, who they play for, but I know it was a game that was recently where I assume they were playing and one of the players were hurt, and it was noticeable that he was hurt. He was stumbling. And instead of the coaches or the refs stopping the game, one of the players stopped the game and was like, what are y'all doing? Like, he's literally falling over and y'all are about to start the game back. So, I think it'll be fine and we won't have these type of problems if we start holding, of course,
I think that's one of the
everyone else
reasons
accountable.
that they reacted the way they did, the NFL, because of the way that the players reacted to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Players been on the field crying. A lot of them boys were just sitting there crying. They probably thought Bro was on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
CPR for what, 8-9 minutes, bro? Like, that shit don't look
Crazy.
like, you don't give you the best optics. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, this shit gonna be straight. That's a little second, so that shit crazy. But as far as the NFL go, like, as a fan of football, I know you ain't a fan of football, but as a fan of football, how that make you look at the game? Like, do it change your perspective of the game at all? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, not at all. It's a gladiator sport, man. Like,
Right.
that's what happens in that shit.
That shit really some brute shit, bro. Like, when you look at some of our sports, bro, like kickboxing, boxing and shit like that.
That's the shit we find entertaining.
Right.
Killing themselves.
Put the
You know
boy
what
in the
I'm
ring,
saying?
let them beat the shit out of each other, bro. Motherfuckers' arms be in kickboxing. Motherfuckers' legs bone broke,
Right.
like the boy shit. The motherfuckers be like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit crazy, bro. But yeah, we do like to see that shit. I don't know what's the reasoning behind that shit or whatever.
Then
But
we watch it, and then when somebody go down with a serious injury, life threatening, everybody's just
right.
so shocked. And come on, man, we were cheering for it 2 minutes ago.
That's why everybody get mad at Skip.
How did you look at that tweet though?
What did the tweet say?
All right, let me pull the tweet up right quick. Let me pull the
He was
tweet up.
basically,
I don't want to misquote, bro.
I don't want to misquote him, but he was saying something along the lines of, how are they going to, if they stop the game, how are they going to make it up? Because it's getting close to the playoff time. They're trying to get seeding together. So how are they going to, go on with the season without them finishing this game. And everybody was kind of looking at him like, bro, you worried about a game when somebody almost lost their life on the football field. So you got some people who say he didn't mean it that way, and it's just...
So...
It's a lot of things you can get from reading something, right? Like if somebody changed their pitch when they read something to you, the message will sound different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the tonality, all that shit. Like it's a lot of ways to get the same message, get different meanings out of the same message. You know what I'm saying? So when something written, not knowing that person's diction, how they would have said that, the pitch, the tone of their voice or whatever, it should just leave the shit wide open. You know what I'm saying? For everybody to have their own thoughts about the shit. So like when you in that kind of position, you just got to be clear about what you're saying.
That's the dangerous thing about Twitter and just tweeting.
Right.
You know
and that's why, as a content creator, I don't get on the internet and politic. I don't like if I feel a way about something. That's my business. I don't get on there trying to persuade nobody to feel no type of way for that very reason. Because things can be misinterpreted. You know, everyone's, you know, perception is different. And, you know, I don't want to say the sky is blue and you taking it as, oh, well, the sky was red yesterday. The sky, like, it's not that deep, you know.
And conversation is really an art, though, right? So if it's not fully understood on both sides, like what I was just saying, like the inclination of your voice or pitch changes, pauses in conversation, all of that shit, like, both sides got to be in complete understanding of the art of conversation for people to be able to get their point across. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't really know how to converse with somebody without being emotionally charged. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times that can just throw off a conversation too. So just being in the public, regardless, though, speaking in the public, everything that come out of your mouth is a response is warranted in some way.
Being the veteran in this space that he is,
he been doing this shit for a long time.
You would think he would have the knowledge to know better.
And he do, right? Because you can listen to him break down the way people talk and these sports reports and all of that shit. You listen to him break that shit down and you know that he got a different understanding of that shit. Right. Maybe it's something that they did for publicity or he did for publicity. I don't think Shannon rocking with, bro. You know who Shannon Sharp is, right?
Yeah.
All right, come on, Skip.
Oh, that's who that is. That's who Skip is.
Yeah, Skip the white man. He said with Shannon Sharp.
I don't know who the white man is. Sorry.
Yeah, nah, Shannon. But yeah, man. So,
but prayers up to whoever you pray to, whatever you believe in. We just want to send good energy to Hamlin, man.
Yeah,
that was definitely.
But they say, bro, back. They say when bro first get up, the first thing he says, "Hey, we win the game." I think his mind was still at the game, though. Didn't I say it? Like, I don't think that's really what he was concerned about when he first woke up. I just think that that's the last thing he recall when he opened his eye. He probably think that he just got to the hospital or some shit. Like, oh, yeah, I just get here about 20 minutes ago. Like, boy, you been here 2 days. Boy, the game been over. And boy, yeah, that shit a wrap. Cause
that's scary, though. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about sports, I get the statuses, you know what I'm saying? People saying that my kids ain't going to play. Like, I wouldn't take that from my son. But,
right.
But as a parent, you just know that that's a possibility. And every day seeing them get on the field or even the basketball court, running track, they can any sport. No matter what you're doing, you can get sick.
Especially baseball, bro.
Especially baseball.
That's the one them boy. That ball be coming 100 miles an hour. Boy, that thing skittle in that rib cage or something. Woo, you gonna feel like that thing different now. I play a little third base in the neighborhood league myself. You know what I'm saying?
Field hustlers.
Veteran, did I say? Come on. But yeah, so you had brought up something interesting before we started talking.
What?
What you just brought up about parents with kids or without kids, and
so there's been a debate on social media between people with kids and people without kids because people without kids feel like not having kids is a flex, and people with kids is like, oh well, that's not a flex, like. So what, you're going to be 40 with a baby. You're going to be this, you're going to be that. And, like, it's just been this conversation that has been being had. So
you don't got kids?
No, I don't got kids. I don't have kids. Respectfully, fuck them kids.
Damn, Daniel. So we both got kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that Cam is here right now in a conversation where people would say, "Oh, you so limited with kids, right?"
So
I watching my boy do some shit. You know what I'm saying?
This is kind of how I feel whenever people have that conversation, because, like, for example, I'm not saying that you can't have a life with kids. Like, do as you may, you know, whenever you have children. But, you know, like, I was able to call my friend on a Monday night. You know, we drove 2 hours to go see Black Panther, you know, just because we wanted to see it at IMAX in a reclining seat. You know, now I'm not saying you can't do that with a child, but you also have to take someone else into consideration. I do a lot of things, you know.
Well, the only difference would be is instead of me calling somebody without kids, I know my boy got a son. So I say, hey, let's drive 2 hours to the IMAX with your son. I'll bring my son.
But not everybody has that freedom. And like I said, I'm not knocking anybody with kids. It's just for me and the type of life that I live.
I think what it really is,
like right now, kids is just not.
I think what it really is a lot of people, when they have kids, they're not accepting of the fact that you gotta adjust. Mm-hmm. Your life gotta adjust. You know what I'm saying? They think they still should be able to do all of them. You shouldn't even want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you have kids, especially if you're still in a certain place, like, everything should shift at that point. Like, you shouldn't want to do all of the things that you did without a kid, with the kid. You know what I'm saying?
Or I would even say, like, lifestyle changes. Like,
right.
By the time this comes out, I would have quit my full-time job. But, you know, if I had a child, I can't necessarily just wake up and say, oh, I'm about to quit and, you know, just go about my... you know, just not caring, going about my business.
You speaking to two people.
It's perspective, man.
If you know me,
I mean, I'm saying I wouldn't. I would not. Like, if I have kids, I'm not just going to, because I'm going to be thinking about a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Well, what if my child gets sick? I want to make sure that they have access to these type of benefits. Oh, well, what if I, you know, like, I mean, especially with what I do now, with being a content creator, like, I'm going... You know, like, I'm about to just go on vacation for 2 weeks, just, you know, just for the hell of it.
Right.
You know, like, I can't.
See, that's why the most important part of having a kid is who you have the kid with.
That too.
Right. Because that could determine whether you're still able to do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can have that trade-off with your partner. Like, hey, this is my weekend, it's your weekend. You know what I'm saying? You still have that time to go do your own solo things, still do your family time. You can incorporate all that shit, man. I just don't like how people be talking about people with kids like we just fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, those niggas act like we can't do shit. Like, if I want to go to Cali and I got my kids and ain't nobody want to watch them, guess what? I'm buying 2 more plane tickets. You know what I'm saying?
I'll go. You know,
shit, like, that's how I just go Cali.
People with kids don't have that luxury. Like, I mean, like, they can't, or maybe their child isn't at an age where they could travel with them, or maybe they don't have the money to take their child with them, or, you know, maybe they're...
See, but you got... All right. You got some people who would leave their kids, all right, and still go to Houston, and still go to Cali, and still go to Denver, or wherever they going at. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a lot of people that can... they just be like, nah, I don't want to take my kids. But that's a part of your shit now. You take your kids. What can you talk about?
That shit made me do way more. I took chances even after having kids. You know,
right?
Because I knew that everything that I wanted to give them, I wouldn't have been able to give them where I was at currently. You know what I'm saying? So that was the reason for me transitioning into entrepreneurship, and they're the reason why I even named my company what I named it. You know what I'm saying? Legacy Transportation Group.
Funny that you should bring that up.
Yeah.
The reason that we here today, man, Black Excellence, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. My boy Cam here. This is my guy. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that know me, I already know how that shit go. You know what I'm saying? All the way back, all the way till, you know what I'm saying? So, everything good. I done seen my boy do some shit, you know what I'm saying? And in the spirit of entrepreneurship and ingenuity and innovation and all of them good things, you know what I'm saying? I want you to talk about. Well, first of all, where you at right now? Like, what are you doing right now?
All right. Well, right now, like I said, I'm co-owner and operator at Legacy Transportation Group, and right now we dealing in tow trucks. You know,
Tow trucks.
We do a lot of towing in the Tri-County area, upstate. You know, basically all over the state.
Right. That's lit, man. So, one of the things that I've learned about entrepreneurship, you know, is it always don't end up where it start, right?
Right.
So you could start off having plans to go do one thing and you end up doing something completely different just based on what you learned through your journey. You know what I'm saying? So where it start at for you, man?
Man, I know for you, this is like a beating the dead horse because we talk 2 or 3 times a week.
Right.
I started off at the South Carolina Ports Authority, man. I was a coney operator out there for about 3 years. So
The big money. Port boys. Hey.
and I got to a place where I gave 200% of myself to that company. You know what I'm saying? And things came up where there was an opportunity for promotion, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't end up getting it. So I kind of looked at it like, if I'm already giving you everything that I can possibly give you and that ain't enough, then let me go get that energy to something else, something that I created. So I knew going into it, man, a lot of people say go and do shit that you love, something that you really interested in. But I didn't want to take that route. You know what I'm saying? I always knew that going into entrepreneurship, I wanted something that in 50 years from now, it's still going to be a need.
Getting that people.
50 years from now, we still going to need to transport goods. We still need cars to go to this place. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me get into transportation. No CDL, no experience. I never even sat inside of a semi-truck before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I knew that was the lane. I had people back home who was already doing it that I could sit down, get information from. And, you know, shout out to people like Coach Sean Mitchell.
I be seeing, bro.
Tyrone Hayward. You know what I'm saying? Those are people who were already in the business.
Right.
And it was just an open book from day one.
And a lot of people don't even know you can get into that truck and shit without your CDL.
Exactly.
You know
so I got into it and I ended up leaving my job, purchasing the truck, and I immediately hired somebody. You know what I'm saying? It was like, look, well, you know what? I just lied. Let me back up. I tried to get into hot shot trucking.
Right.
But non-CDL, as long as you keep it under a certain weight, you can do what you got to do. I realized, like, dang, this is a lot of work, and I don't like driving like that. You know, them long distance trips is just wasn't for me. So I got out of hot shot, went into the semi trucks, and then having to deal with hiring people not really taking care of your equipment the way that you would.
How it feel being on the other side of that shit, man? Because I know when we go into these jobs, we don't give a fuck.
Man, listen, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You hit some shit. This ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but when you think about the maintenance alone that you gotta put into these trucks, something go wrong. Like, I give you an example. My truck broke down maybe 80 miles away from where I keep the truck.
Right.
And just for me to get somebody to pick it up, it cost me like $1,400. You know what I'm saying? And the dude who messed the truck up, it was just like
I'll wear it. Let me know when I can come.
Let me know when you get that right. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that stuff kept happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got an industry that's everybody is just trying to lowball and cut over the next person. So you'll get rates that are stupid low to the point where it don't even make no sense for you to take it. You know, I'd rather
just be putting gas in them.
Exactly. I'd rather just let my truck park before I.
What full tank I look like on that motherfucker?
Man, it's hundreds of dollars, bro.
Great.
Hundreds of dollars.
I be shitting when I gotta put that little 50 in the Infinity, bro.
You know? But so I just realized, like, man, and when you're an entrepreneur and you running your business, you gotta understand, like, everything comes before you. So before I could get $1 out of anything, I got to make sure money was put up for bills, money was put up for maintenance, the driver got paid. Right. Then, if there's anything left, that go to me.
See, that's important, bro. A lot of people don't get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers, day one be like, how much money I done made today? You know what I'm saying?
Literally, like, so I quit my job,
Right.
went into trucking, and having to deal with all that. Like I said, you the last one to get paid, and by the time it get to you, that number ain't looking too
right.
You know what I'm saying? So you like
Get a little slim.
So I had a whole transportation business while going, and I went back to work. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be at my job, and I'll be getting calls from dispatchers, and I'll be on the phone with my driver, and that ended up getting in with my work because after a while, they don't want to let me keep stopping my work that I'm doing here to tend to my business. You know what I'm saying? So I was sitting down and, you know, I talked to my old lady every night. You know what I'm saying? She was the one that got an ear full of that, but she helped push me and get into this direction. But I told her, like, I need something that I can fully control.
Right.
100%.
That's another important thing, too. Just, like, having the right person in your corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't be realizing the significance of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's important.
Because we work jobs, right? So it's easy to take that frustration from your job back home, you know what I'm saying, and deal with that shit. But when you run in a business, it's a part of your life. So you can't escape that. It ain't like, all right, I'm going to leave here and I got to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you still got to take them emails when you're off. You know what I'm saying? Still got to do all of that shit. So just having somebody, man, even if they ain't fluent in what you doing, just so you can get that out, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they do have something to offer, you know what I'm saying? Or something that they can put into the place.
You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, her having that understanding that this is more than just an 8-hour job, you know what I'm saying? And being willing to work with me, but also being on my behind about creating that balance. You know
right. Like if this the choice you go make, motherfucker, you better go out there and go get to it. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So I made the decision because I didn't have time to go and get no CDL because, hey man, that mortgage and all that shit still due.
That bit due.
So I don't got time to be like, okay, let me chill and let me go to school and figure all that shit out. So I'm like, nah, I need something that I can fully control. And my brother-in-law, shout out to Mike, him and Tyrone Hayward, you know, they was like, look, this is what we doing. We got tow trucks, you know what I'm saying? This is the type of money we making. This is the type of freedom we creating for ourselves. This is something that you should look into.
Right.
And I sat there and I thought on it for maybe 2 weeks. Probably not even that.
Right.
But I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to make a decision, if I'm going to move, I need to move now. So I sold the semi-truck, got me a tow truck. And as far as professionally, because I done did a whole lot of things. I was firefighter, Marine Corps, the South Carolina Ports Authority, FedEx, everything. You know what I'm saying? Professionally, this was the best decision I ever made. Because not only am I in a position where I can truly take care of my family, I also have the freedom to have time to spend with my family as well. You know what I'm saying? Like me and you would talk, and I would be like, yeah, I about to just get off early today. I got to take care of such and such. And you would be like, bruh, look what you were able to do. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to call nobody and get permission. You ain't got to call out. Like, so, and that was big for me, man.
That's after I mute the phone and stop hating. Gotta mute that bit. Fuck that shit. I mute that bit. Yeah, bro, that's what's up.
Yeah, being able to do that, man, that shit is everything for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely made me a better person. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's major, man. So one thing you said was you saving two people. You say Mike and
Tyrone.
So that's another important thing too. I don't want to just breeze over that. Like having conversations with like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times you think you just got to go out there and, man, I got to figure this shit. I got to do this shit, bro. Like I ain't saying everybody going to be willing to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be a lot of people that don't want you in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I doing this in this area. I don't want you to do this over here. You know what I'm saying? But don't stop trying to have a conversation. You know?
That's major, man, because when I first quit my job I had a lot of trial and error, man, and I would reach out to people. And you know my frustration, right? And they'd give me the runaround. They don't want to give me no information, no contacts. So a lot of that I had to figure out on my own. And you already know how that is. When you find out on your own, you find out through trial and error.
Through fucking up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm learning. Oh, there's a $1,400 lesson. All right, cool. I ain't gonna make that mistake again. Next week, damn, that's a $2,000 lesson. All right, can't do that again.
These lessons getting expensive.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At some point, something will have to change. So when you just get to that point about knowing when to not really quit, but when to pivot and to move on to something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was big for me. I didn't want to stay here and let pride get in the way. Like, nah, this should work. Like, nah, that shit ain't work, bro. Hey, you learn from failure. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept it pushing.
Oh, facts.
I think I'm going through that right now, Cam. I'm going through that.
It's
that
hard,
little
man.
phase.
It's
Listen,
hard,
you gotta do all your shit by yourself.
Well, no, I have an assistant.
Oh, you got an assistant?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, you up.
Oh, word. Oh, you good then.
But no, like, you know, just as far as like trying everything, you know, like I done had several jobs. Like I told you, I had a photography business. I had a social media business. My pride was in the way. I didn't,
Right.
you know, I was managing other people's social media and they were begging me, please stay, you know. But as soon as I left, you know, I was able to do much
You know,
more.
you said you be managing social media, huh?
No, I don't manage social media. I used to.
It's just peace.
I used to. Now I manage myself. That's it.
Word.
Just me.
So that's what's up. You said you about to quit your job
Yeah.
for content
I'm
creating
about
full
to quit.
time.
I'm definitely about to quit because I went through the same thing, kind of like you were saying, Cam. I was giving 200% and I wasn't getting nothing, and it got to a point where, I done got hair in my eye, y'all. Sorry, but anyway, it got to a point where my mom got sick and my job was making it difficult, and that's when I knew I was about to have to head on out.
All right, so Cam, man, so we done talk about how you get into what you got going on, maintaining that shit. You know, I know that shit a headache too, but what you got going on next with the towing company, man? Like, what you looking to do?
Man, just growing. You know what I'm saying? Just simply put, more trucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the process of at least looking for land so I can get me my own tow yard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get on police rotations because there's a lot of money in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
As far as towing, man, one thing about me, when I get into something, I try to maximize it. So figuring out every lane I can make money in it outside of repoing because I don't need nobody shooting at my truck.
Yeah, you gotta get on reality TV with the repos, man.
Nah, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? So anything from picking up trucks to changing flat tires to, you know what I'm saying, Legacy Transportation Group, man. That's
Right.
be the go-to.
That's what's up, man. So it's a Somerville area, Charleston,
All
over
man.
Legacy
For the
Towing,
right,
man.
For
Yeah.
the right amount,
Right.
we'll come to
You got a
You know
website?
what I'm saying? Not right yet. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
something that we in the process of getting done. Just trying to find somebody who can do it the right way
Right.
and
I
put
got
it
somebody
together.
for you.
Hey, networking, I like it.
Look, that's what's
Me and
up.
you gonna talk.
But contact information, period. Like how people can get at you if they need you, or you know. What I'm saying?
So right now, man, it's just simply, you know, if you want to reach me, 843-603-0260. That's the actual contact number for the actual business. So
Right.
because I'm the co-owner and the operator, you're gonna get me. So
right.
trust me, I know what I'm doing. You're gonna get the best work every time. So
That's what's up, man. And you elevating in your business world too. I mean, what you about to do next,
You
man?
talking to me?
Yeah, you. What you what you working on next, man? As far as your content creation space, like you know, how you elevating in that space?
I mean, I'm still figuring it out. You know, this wasn't really a space that I planned on being in, but
It's a new space in general. Like,
yeah, like I told you, I was always on the back end. You know, like I said, I had a photography business, I had a social media management business, so I was just helping other people. But, you know, I took a little break from my social media management business because I was trying to regroup. Like, I was trying to...
all that was money, though. You wasn't getting paid doing that shit, or you just didn't enjoy doing that
Well, no,
shit?
it was just very overwhelming. I was working a full-time job and I was running like 10 businesses, social
Right.
medias, you know. Like, it could have been a skincare business. It could have been an eyelash business. You know, I had someone who was a voiceover artist. Like, I had someone who had a, you know, jewelry boutique. So, you know, like, I had to cater to several different things, and it was just me, and I was
Right.
still working a full-time job, and social media in itself is also a full-time job. So I just took a little break, you know, to try to regroup. Like literally, I just told them I need like 2-3 months off. So I'm trying to build a team. I'm trying to reorganize some things. And
Yeah, I need a job, man.
during that time, I started posting.
Hi, your boy. You
I don't got nothing for you to
talking
do right now. I mean,
That's
I might
fucked up,
later.
man.
It depends on what you do. But essentially, I took a little break. I was just posting for fun, and I guess people, like
Right.
me. So it kind of turned into a little bit more than that. So that's what we're trying to figure out right now.
That's another thing that always make it seem so enjoyable too, man. When
Right.
it's unexpected, come out the blue.
It just
it's
happened like that, right?
You're going through life and you just stumble across something that you find that you love doing and you can make some money from. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually a good thing, and that's what
Gold
touring
mine.
ended up being for me. At first, it was just, hey, I just need something that's gonna be here, like I said.
Give
But
you a bag right quick.
it turned into something to where I wake up every morning with a smile on my face. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That freedom, man.
Freedom.
That freedom. That time. That's really what you working for at the end of the day. Like, you ain't getting all that tremendous success. I mean, the money is what you're going to be able to see, but the time is what's going to hold all the value. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what's up, man. So, wrap this thing up. We do homegrown, man. Like, anybody you know, where you from, or just you came across in your journey that you just want to shout out that's doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? So, what you got, Ash? Talk to me.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Well, whenever I think about people from my hometown, I'm from something, y'all.
Something.
For those who didn't know.
I don't even think I ever been to something, boy.
Huh?
What's in something?
A lot.
I don't believe.
Some
But go ahead.
some amazing individuals, obviously.
Right, right. You good?
But no, right off the top of my head, and this isn't even someone that I speak to frequently. She's just someone that she did the same thing. She quit a job, to start a business venture. She's, running a marathon, like she's not rushing or anything like that. And her name is Tish. Well, I call her Tish. And she has King's Wing with it in Charleston now. She's been putting together like a, no, for real.
You say King's Wing?
King's Wing with it. Her last name is King.
Okay.
So,
King's Wing with it.
Yeah, King's Wing with it. Y'all, I ain't never even had a plate. I've been trying to get a plate so bad.
Right.
But, she's been in the midst of like getting her food truck and everything together. But she's just a very, you know how people are just very genuine, like, because like I ended up running into her one day when I was in Sumter, and I'm just very proud of her success and the things that she's been doing. She has a great support system. Like I said, she's very like, I don't know, like, because I'm funny acting. I don't do people. I don't,
Right.
like, but she really has the type of spirit that I, enjoy. And that's why like I said, I've never even patronized her business, but I'm going to shout her out because I wish her the most success in everything that she does. By the time this come out, I'm going to give you the social so you can put it on the screen, whatever you do.
King's Wings with it.
Yeah, because, if you're in Charleston, make sure y'all get a plate with my girl.
Right.
Okay.
King's Wing with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap in, man.
Yeah.
So you got brick and mortar or like
Well, no. So right now, her and her husband are trying to put together like a food truck.
a truck, right?
Yeah, a truck. I'm not sure what her future plans are.
Right.
But yeah.
But that's how they moving. King's Wing with it.
Hopefully she'll see this and she'll reach out and decide to come over here and
No, yeah. Come, let's talk about it, man.
Yeah.
Get some of them, bring some of them wings to my wing.
back.
Give me a little lemon pepper joint. Hey, but Ken, what's up, man? Who you seeing making the moves, man?
Man, put me on the spot. I don't know.
Who you got, man? You got a bunch of people around you. I mean, I know you might not want to use them, but I'm into it already. But
Yeah, because a lot of people I deal with, they private, but
yeah.
I don't want to say anybody specific, but just to anybody who out here taking risk and you know what I'm saying, really out here working, trying to better their situation and their families, man. Just remember all this shit is a journey. You know what I'm saying? And a lot will come with it. You can't get the good without the bad. That's what my brother-in-law always tell me. So
That's facts, man.
just understand it's a journey, and pace yourself, man. It's all about pacing yourself and creating a balance. You'll be all right.
Keep that shit going, man.
Keep it pushing.
Hey, man, I'm going to shout out my guy, Nunu, man. He's another person you probably seen around me. Didn't I say him? Big Newman. I call him Nunu. Did I say it? But he got all this shit official. You know, my boy registered, everything good, Slade certified, all the shit. My boy doing security. My boy come hold down your spot, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I might need him because like my followers be wanting me to do meet and greets, and I be like, I don't know.
Oh, word, bro, pull up.
I'm not letting you that close to me.
And you will
pull
look
up.
at him. If you ain't seen Nunu yet, when you walk in, you gonna see why he's
gonna
security.
Yeah, you ain't gonna fuck with Big
All
Nunu.
right, Nunu.
Yeah, man. But Newman, keep doing your thing, bro. I already know what you working on, man. Keep that shit going. So that shit gonna be lit. But it was dope getting back to this, man. You know what I'm saying? The green room, we here.
I feel getting the cobwebs off. You know.
And you know me, man. I be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like I always ready, bro. I be ready for the bullshit. I be ready for the good shit. I always ready, bro. I stay ready. You know what I'm saying? So we good. Good having you here. You gonna be here with me, right?
I'm gonna be here.
All right, let's do this thing, man. But you know, I'm gonna move around a lot more too. So we're gonna be switching up. There's gonna be a lot of different scenery you're gonna see on this motherfucker. But we're gonna move around, tap in with all the creators, man, and entrepreneurs, and everybody get into it. So.
Facts.
Yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
it. But hold on down.